Okay, so I'm going to conduct a mental status evaluation. So I'm going to use my interview guide. And how this works is I have a list of questions that I'm going to be asking the patient in order to do this evaluation. I'm going to take a quick look at these questions that I'm going to ask. Maybe make this a little bit easier here. Okay, so I have 5 pages of questions. In all, there's 30 questions that I'm asking for score. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to interview the patient, and then I'm going to submit an assessment. So my assessment's going to be scored in terms of whether or not the patient's impaired. So I know there's 30 questions. They're worth 1 point each. So I'm going to keep track of the number of answers that I get from the patient that indicate that he's impaired, and then subtract them from 30. So that's the way that I'm going to approach this. Now, there's a couple ways I can do that. I can pick up my note, my journal, and make notes so I can keep score here. I do that by picking up the notebook, by grabbing it, by clicking on the inside trigger with my fingers, and then I'm going to dictate a note by squeezing, still holding the notebook open, squeezing my front trigger with my forefinger, and then I'm going to dictate a note. When I squeeze the trigger, this red icon for the microphone is going to turn green. That's how I know that it's recording, and I'll keep my trigger down the entire time that I want to be dictating the note. So I'm going to be deducting for impairment from a total score of 30. Okay, there's my note. So I'm going to be deducting for impairment from a total score of 30. So now I'm going to ask questions of the patient. Another way that I can keep score is I can just make an indication here on this whiteboard with that marker, just by, again, grabbing by clicking on my inside trigger, and I can just make a mark here on the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mark for each time the patient answers with an impairment. So let me ask with the microphone. I click on the front trigger, hold it down, it turns green. I keep it down and green while I'm speaking and let go when I'm done so that the patient can answer. Hello, Jeremy. My name is Jim. I'm a nurse here at the clinic.
Hello.
Now, this is not scored. Neither is obtaining consent. Are you okay with me asking a few questions to assess your mental state?
Sure, that's fine.
You can stop the interview at any time.
Okay.
So those aren't scored. So now I'm starting one of the 30 questions. What's your name?
Jeremy William Strong.
Okay, that's not impaired. Can you tell me the name of this clinic?
I'm not sure. I don't remember the name of this place.
Okay, there's one impairment. Now I'm going to go to the next screen. What city are we in?
Chicago.
How many days in a year?
365.
What year is it?
2022.
How many months are there?
I'm not quite sure.
There's another impairment. Can you please name the seasons?
Spring, summer, fall, and winter.
What is your mother's name?
Goodness, I can't seem to recall right now.
There's another impairment. Please say the alphabet as fast as possible.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
That's not impaired. Spell the word house backwards.
E, S, U, O, H.
Okay, that's not impaired. Next page. Say these numbers backwards. 8, 3, 4, 9, 2, 6.
6, 2, 9, 7, 4. That's not right. Ah.
There's another impairment. Please spell your last name backward.
G-N-O-R-T-S.
Name the days of the week backward, starting with Sunday.
Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday.
Say the alphabet backward as fast as you can.
Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A.
Where were you born?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Name the days of the week.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
How many sides does a pentagon have?
5.
In what direction does the sun set?
East.
Another impairment. Where are the pyramids located?
They are in Egypt.
What is the opposite of hard?
Difficult.
Another impairment. What is the opposite of fast?
Slow.
What is the opposite of large?
Small.
How are a dollar and a dime similar?
They are both money.
How are an apple and an orange similar?
I don't think that they are. They are quite different.
There's another impairment. How much is 7 plus 5 minus 3?
15.
That's wrong. Which is larger, 1/3 or 1/2?
1/3.
Another impairment. How many quarters are there in $1.75?
7.
Okay, that's correct. Now I'm on my last page. What is $14 minus $5.50?
$19.50.
Another impairment. Why do cars have license plates?
To identify a driver.
Another impairment. Okay, so I have more than 7 impairments. I have 11. So 11 from 30 is definitely going to put me in the borderline between 19 and 22. So that's going to be my answer, 30 minus 11. And I'm going to go back here for a moment and show you that in the medical record, I'm able to identify information about the patient. So I should read this before I start, for instance, if I want to know where the patient lives, as an example, because that's one of the questions. So I can review that here in the EMR. Okay, so I've conducted my interview. If I want to, I can review that interview by using the interview review tool. And in using that, each item that I asked in the interview is numbered, and then I can take a look and I can see at any point in the interview what I asked and what the patient answered. And if I needed to, I could bring my EMR over here with me, and I could open this up and I could compare any of this information that's in here with the content that I got from the interview. At any rate, I have 30 minus 11, so that's going to give me 19. So I'm going to say that the correct answer is borderline. So the way this is scored, this activity is scored, half of the score comes from the interview, so you need to complete the entire interview. So again, I'm going to look here at my interview guide. I need to go through all 5 pages and ask all of the questions. Half of the scores from a complete interview, and then half of the scores from the correct answer. Okay, so my mastery is 96%, which means that my answer was correct, but I missed 4% of mastery on the interview. So somewhere in the interview, I skipped a question, and that's why my interview score is less than 50%, which was possible. So my total is 46% plus 50% gives me a 96. So now I can go back to the lobby. I'm done with the activity. And now that I'm back in the lobby, like any other application on the Quest, I can quit by momentarily clicking on the Oculus button on the right-hand controller, and then